more deliberate. Here is Kelsey Mitchell. First possession, shovel inside, and Howard too strong on the finish.
So that's a coach's assist, meaning Kelsey Mitchell did her sheets.
Mitchell with 2 assists in the first half.
It's still a great teaching tool, Pat.
Beaver has a team have just 5. Jackson's shot hangs on the rim but falls off. Here is Mitchell taking it at Petty, gets inside, kick out. Boston from the mid-range is shorts.
Or a few more assisted baskets.
Here is Plum, who launches, and the 3-ball rims out. She is deep.
And she's only taken 4 shots so far in the game, and 3 of them have been outside the arc. That means she's not getting to the free throw line either.
Mitchell with the right hand, way off the mark. Indiana's missed their first 3 shots. Out, that's name of the game without Caitlin Clark. Petty thought about the 3 extra pass. Stevens can't deliver.
Got to start making some of those open shots. It's good ball. Azurá Stevens had a big game against Chicago. I think she had 4 triples in the first.
Trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Indiana looking for their 2nd win in a row. A little too aggressive there.
The free throw line.
Well, Plum fired it inside. Hamby in great position. Extra pass wasn't there. And Mitchell on the other end with the reverse.
I think we're going to see a much more aggressive Kelsey Plum on the ball in the second half.
We had a fast-paced first quarter. This has slowed down significantly since Howard hit the deck, no call, and that turns into an easy 2 for Stevens. Howard fakes the handoff, bounces for Hull, and Hamby got a piece. Hamby on the drive, lays it in. Those 2 combined average 36 points per game. They were held to 8 in the first half. Howard one dribble, gets to the rim, and draws the
high school in Cary, North Carolina.
Howard misses the first.
Sutton Brown.
How about Elena Larkins?
Elena Larkins, there's a good one. Got to dig deep into the history on some of that. It's probably going to be Aaliyah Boston by the time she gets done.
Plum feeds it inside. It's just trying to get that ball on the rim. Did a nice job of it. Now Indiana with a 3-on-1. Hull races, reverses, and finishes.
That's the kind of advanced passing that Indiana needs, and you usually get that with Caitlin Clark.
But Jackson springs free underneath and lays it in for 2. Mitchell takes it into Stevens and got 11 minutes in her return to Indiana tonight. That one slips through the fingertips of Hull, and Indiana turns it over. Caitlin Clark to then try to pivot on a moment's notice.
I mean, the Fever have played without Caitlin.
Saw those numbers a moment ago, about 14 less points per game. Plum on the drive, got by Cunningham. Boston gives help, but Plum lays it in.
Plum wasn't looking to do that in the first half. She's clearly trying to get to the rim in the second.
Cunningham inside to Boston, cannon on her. Boston using her size, flips it up, shot falls off. Sparks looking for their first lead since early in the second quarter, and Plum can't deliver. Mitchell 3-on-3, pulls up, and hits a 3.
Electric in the open floor, and exciting.
5 threes on Tuesday. That's her 2nd of the night. And now McDonald dives in and comes up with a steal. Look at the hustle from the Fever newcomer in Boston.
That was a push from behind.
It certainly looked like she was fouled, and Barker on the other end can't hit the 3. Hamby pulls it down, gets the foul call with an and 1. The gut out a win here tonight, and a whistle off the ball. This one going against Cannon inside. Mitchell off the screen, left alone. There's a foul. She hits a three. And an and-one opportunity coming. It was an off-the-ball foul. Now they're going to take a look.
It's going to be pushing through that Aaliyah Boston screen, and I think the ball was out of her hands.
2025 draft. Donald misses the first. Tonight's Fever Trivia question brought to you by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It is Aaliyah Boston. Boston, Erlena Larkins, Natalie Achanwa. Donald 1 of 2. Melissa Smith and Candace Dupree.
Well, Candace Dupree was on my list.
There's Rakia Jackson battling through hole. Shot skips off. And McDonald off that Boston screen. They'll repost Boston. Boston muscling inside, lost the handle. And
she set that screen well inside the three-point line. It just makes less room in the paint. Not just for Boston, but for everyone else to even cut. Jackson got way too far underneath. Good defense that time by Boston. Ball bounce pass, and McDonald beats the pass back. And one, there's a foul. It's been slow, a lot of turnovers in the first half, a lot of missed open shots.
Took the lead early in the second quarter, have not given it back. Jackson had it knocked away by Howard. Plum to the rescue. She will launch and hit a three. She's hit a couple of really tough ones tonight.
She only had two baskets here in the second half already. Still has not been to the free throw line, so Indiana's done a good job there.
Hall pulls up, kick out. McDonald left alone, can't answer. But a loose ball.
In the bubble in San Antonio. Pac-12, Tara Vanderveer.
Now the two are teammates. Hoping to lift the hardware at the season's end here with the Indiana Fever. Caitlin team has gone back up by 5.
Ball pressure is so good with a smaller lineup.
Plum over Howard. Cunningham pulls down the rebound. Outlet pass McDonald. 2-on-1. McDonald right up the gut, and she'll head to the free throw line. At practice yesterday would go on to say, just in the first free throw there.
Well, that's what Amber Cox said, Pat. You know, the COO and GM of the clear fit with style and her mentality.
Job by the front office, Kelly Crosskoff, Amber Cox to pivot here mid-season. As Leah Two Kings, but has found a home here in Los Angeles. Big part of a really good Notre Dame team.
Great versatility on the defensive end. Averaged a double-double in college.
Mitchell goes behind the back and splashes home a three. What a shot by Kelsey Mitchell.
Kelsey Mitchell, go ahead and shoot till your arm falls off. I love it.
Fever have hit 6 tonight. Half of them have come from Mitchell. That's when she can't play.
Yeah, it's got to be miserable. I mean, it's 5 games that she missed. She had a piece of paper and a pencil over there, and she was sequencing possessions. Stephanie White had asked her to, you know, possessions do we go without scoring? How many possessions do we go scoring, and who scored? I don't see her writing anything down tonight.
Cunningham on the drive into Stevens and lays it in. Tough finish. Cunningham's had a nice night here tonight. 10 points. These fouls are 90% free throw shooter. Rattles in the first.
I mean, it was this season.
What a rare miss on the second attempt. Mitchell's been aggressive in the third and hot in the third.
Come on. Drop coverage.
End of the year is the turning point for Mitchell on the season. There's an offensive foul. Years after 3. McDonald, iso ball, right up the middle, draws the foul.
Yeah.
She's just one of so many examples. Although she's had some struggles from the free throw line. Right time, right opportunity. Seems that McDonald has found that here. 1 of 2 from the line. Indiana's lead has hit double figures for the first time tonight. And now Shea Petty will have to get rid of it. Does just in time and lays it in. So Shea Petty staying aggressive. And Indiana has that 8-point lead as we start the 4th quarter. Petty nearly lost it, able to save it. Shot clock already down to 5. Barker drives on Cunningham, flips it up, bank shot too strong, and Boston pulls down her 9th rebound. Oh, spinning. Gets it inside to Howard, who lays it in.
It's a great job by Howard.
Leading scorer behind Mitchell. Backdoor pass knocked away. Inbound underneath. Stevens is bumped. Azare Stevens lays it in with an and one. And knocks down the free throw. Cuts the lead to 7. It open. Feeds inside. Boston one bounce. Too far underneath. Cunningham able to save it. Boston on a repost, splits the double team, offensive foul. Boston just 6 points here tonight, coming off her career high of 31. Stevens deep position, 2 more. It's a little 5-0 Azare Stevens burst, and she's trimmed the deficit in half. Here's Cunningham, drives and draws the foul. Here is Mitchell on the drive into a quadruple team, nearly turned it over.
See them starting to just sink into the paint a little bit more.
Oh, catch and shoot and connects. Big bucket for Indiana.
Screen by Boston to free her up.
Once again, they go to Stevens. And one. Stevens misses her first free throw up. Fisa Collier and Azare Stevens is the 3rd.
Yeah, I think Azare's having her best season. She had a complete offseason. She was healthy. At 6'6", she's got range beyond the 3-point line.
Austin has good position down there. Fever trying to find her. Shot clock down to 5. Here's Colson, lob inside and a hold. That, and Colson tried to repay the favor, and she's called for the foul.
Colson's like having another coach on the floor. So competitive, so aware of the schemes, and a great voice in practice.
Jackson from the mid-range. On to 4. Still so much time left to play here.
Plum on Mitchell.
Howard inside, too far for Boston, just missed her.
Got to read the weak side D.
Hamby gives it back, beautiful find. Jackson couldn't finish at the rim. Stevens lost the handle. Fever catch a huge break. Now it's Hull out and running.
Well, you have Mitchell for a 3.
Here's Hull. Boston pulls down the rebound, her 10th of the night. Boston's going to go to work here. She's got all sorts of space. Draws the foul. Well, it's got to be an and one. Stevens saying it's offense.
They've gone back to the bigger lineup now.
Boston, handoff. Mitchell knocks it down.
I mean, it's easy money for
tonight. Her 6th 20-point game of the year. Hamby working the baseline, and Boston called for the foul.
Easy money.
And Hamby. In this game, something between a 1 and a 10-point lead for Indiana.
Yeah, it's been a 2 or 3 possession game the whole way.
Boston through a double team, gets it up, draws the foul.
Usually when Caitlin's on the floor, it's more space, more cutting, scoring cuts, better floor balance, all of that. And without Caitlin, the space really changes as LA continues to shrink into the paint, except for the Kelsey Mitchell matchup. And you know that LA is going to be in trouble.
Everything running through Hamby here lately for LA. Plum shot fakes the three. The switch on to Boston. She'll drive into her, sees a quadruple team, and Stevens knocks down a triple.
That's a Ray Stevens.
From the floor. That was her first three. Hole on the handoff, Hole on the drive. Got too far underneath. Jackson has her trap. Shot clock down to 1. Boston didn't see it. Quarter.
Good aggressive switch by Howard.
Plum on the drive, Plum to the rim, Plum lays it in.
Such a good take, the lefty going right.
It's a 14-6 run here from the Sparks to get back within 2. Boston on Hamby. Plum showing help. Boston flips it up off the mark. Hamby spinning on Boston. Kick out Plum. Launches and hits a contested three. And Kelsey Plum has given LA their first. And the Sparks are on a 17-6 run. Hull thought about it, finds McDonald on the drive, Cunningham, extra pass, Mitchell sidestep. Oh, everything but the finish. Hull back to and again, fouls here are free throws. Put the Sparks up by 3 here.
Line by Kelsey Plum. Supposed to be relaxing. I don't know, I've seen a lot of free throw shooters take a deep breath, cleansing breath. She puts a smile on her face.
Cunningham, feet inside. Boston, good position and draws the foul.
I mean, zip it in there.
Kept Boston out of a rhythm, but that pass could not have been any better.
I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Kelsey Plum here for LA to close out this game, and I think Kelsey Mitchell for the Fever.
Aaliyah Boston now at 10. She's got a double-double. Stevens catches, rolls, and finishes.
She's been able to get deep.
Here's McDonald, blows by Plum, lays it in, and a foul. McDonald back in Indiana.
Better challenge on the defense in transition.
Another really good night for the Fever from the foul line, 83%. All level with under 3 minutes to play. Petty being hounded.
After a preseason training camp.
Oh, Jackson, and what an ATO there by Lynn Roberts and LA. Handoff, Boston, fire away. Leaves the 3-ball shorts. Cunningham out to Hedge, the switch on to Plum, drives into Cunningham, Plum spins, up and under with the scoop shot.
So good going left. It was a good X out by Plum.
Fever been outscored 25-13 in the 4th. They lost a couple double-digit leads on the road. Led briefly by...
She's looking to be aggressive.
Well, really impressive, because as points per game, which is 4th in the league.
And she didn't get to the free throw line until late in the 3rd quarter.
Well, there's 3 big... Petty looking inside for Stevens. Fever cut it off. Cross-court pass. Jackson. Hamby. Shot clock down to 5. Hamby on the drive. Boston 6 with her. Here is Plum. Can she create? Gets by Boston. Flips it up. Oh, there's a foul called. A foul is called. And before the shot clock, looking at a comeback attempt here to try to snatch this one. And Plum hits the first free throw. Makes it a 3-point game. They did add a second onto the clock. 2 free throws there for Plum. She's got 20. And the lead off the screen on the drive. Kick out Hull. Cunningham swinging. McDonald inside Boston. Deep position and lays it in.
Great ball movement. Really good job and a good seal.
Petty inside Stevens. Oh, McDonald got hands in there and forced the jump ball.
Great anticipation.
Here tonight, Blum leans in, handoff Jackson, bank shot skips around, Hamby the rebound, foul and an and one.
Too many foul.
And with a rebound, have a chance to tie or take the lead. The lead still at 4. Stevens pulls down the rebound in an and one.
This small lineup at the end of the
here. Fever get a stop. And then that turns into a 5-point possession. Donald saves the possession. Boston a step back 3. Too strong.
Got a foul.
An offensive rebound, a bucket, a missed free throw, and an and one. 5 points on the possession. And the Fever on the verge of falling to 2 and 4 in their games without Caitlin Clark.
Through the elevator door screens, Mitchell not open.
Cunningham launches, way too strong. How about this Sparks fourth quarter? 11 of 14 from the field. Another big sequence in this game when Indiana briefly got that lead to give the Sparks a little momentum going into the fourth. Kayla Timpson in with the tip back, and she draws the opening night. Desiree Stevens comes down with the rebound. And an emphatic comeback for the Sparks. Disappointing night for Indiana. Two coaches meet at center courts.